I feel honored, that God, chose me to be a part of this. I know when you first told me about Third World, your vision for it and where it was going, it was big, it was something bigger than yourself. And so, I feel honored, like I said, to be a part of it. Um, and, I think anything worthwhile is bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
So it's great, bro.
Yeah. That's cool. You say bigger than yourself. So a lot of people can look at sports and look at that arena and say that is pretty big. But I know you personally, so tell us a little bit about what else you have besides baseball.
So currently right now I have a foundation. It's called the JD 321 Foundation. That foundation was started on the scripture, or based on the scripture, John 3:21, which states that everyone who does what is true comes to the light, so others may see that what they're doing is clearly brought out through Christ.
Gotcha.
Simply put, that everything good comes from God.
Yeah.
And so I want others to know that everything that God has given me, my gifts, my talents, of course, it's been brought out through Christ.
Yeah.
I try to use those gifts and those talents to bring glory to Him.
Okay, that's cool. How long have you had JD 321?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
How did it come to you?
So me and my good friend Earl Burrow, he's from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Shout out.
Yeah, cooks a good gumbo.
Instagram tag.
Yeah, Instagram tag, EB3. That's his Instagram tag, EB3. The dad. But yeah, so, we was talking one day and I was trying to do something bigger than myself.
Mm-hmm.
I always had this vision of, impacting the youth and bringing hope to them through what I do and playing professional baseball. And so we came together and we was trying to find, all right, what avenue should we pursue? And foundation was the first thing that kind of came to our minds, because it could also be a nonprofit and stuff like that. So we started kind of brainstorming, and he came to me. He was like, "Hey man, your name is Jonathan." And I was reading the scripture last night. It was John 3:21. And I went to the scripture and I looked it up myself, and it said what it said, but it was also relating back to the cross, And so I thought it was a good way to show other people that, look, like, what I'm doing and what the foundation does is not a means to myself, but a means to bring glory to God.
Yeah.
And so it was just cool because, my nickname is JD. People call me JD in baseball. And so the JD and John 321 kind of went together. And so that's how it came about.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you spoke earlier, you triggered something, your gifts.
Yeah.
What do you consider to be your gift?
So I think, me personally, I think my gift is baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think in terms of gifts, people say different things about what gifts are. You have different types of gifts, like you have spiritual gifts and stuff like that. But I think in terms of natural gifts, my gift was baseball.
Yeah.
And I think you identify those gifts by what comes natural to you.
Nice.
So for instance, like with you, like singing was a natural thing. Like, and you will often hear somebody often say to you, like, "Wow, you can sing," or like, you know what I mean?
I don't know what it means, but I don't hear that.
And so oftentimes it's weird too, because sometimes it's funny because the person who has the gift, it's like they know they have the gift, but it's like, to them it doesn't mean too much at first.
Yeah.
Or it's like, oh, I'll just do this, or it's just what I do. You know what I mean? But to others, it's like, wow, like that dude's good, or man, he really ministers to or his gift serves people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, as a young kid, speaking about me personally, when I would play the game of baseball, even at a young age, I remember playing t-ball. I wish I had video, bro, but they say like when I was playing t-ball, like I was the only kid that used to hit home runs off the tee when I was younger, you know, and
clear indication.
yeah, I mean, you know, but so, and as I grew up, you know, people would tell me like, wow, that kid's got a gift.
Yeah.
Wow, that kid is talented, you know, and I think even on top of that too, when we talk about gifts, I think your gift can also be your passion.
Yeah.
For a lot of people. I think sometimes the gift in itself, to some people, they don't have a passion for it, but some people do have a passion for their gift.
Yeah.
So.
Because it seems like as you explore that gift, it becomes a passion.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like for me. I can't speak for nobody else.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how it works for me.
Yeah.
And as you like go throughout, you can look back and see where you've explored that gift whenever you were younger, and it's cool because it's kind of like you were kind of like picking up the breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
You didn't really realize it back then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I had a question, but I did. So got it. So a lot of people think that because you're gifted at something, you don't have to work hard at it. How hard? What's it? Because hanging around you is kind of like, what's a day like for you? Because right now it's the off season. For me, that'll be off. I gotta be off.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm done.
Right.
You know. But what's like a day like for you in the off season?
In the off season.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think most professional athletes, especially baseball players, agree with me. But we always say we really don't have an off season.
Yeah.
Reason being is because if we want to be the best at what we do, we constantly have to work on our gifts.
Yeah.
Work on our talent, what we do best. I remember a video went viral last year. My wife was recording me in the grocery store.
Right.
And, you know, me personally, I was just, you know, just really working on my gift without being in a cage or being on a baseball field. But they call it Phantom ABs. Your sister talked about it. But that's me, you know, in my mind, I'm constantly repeating my swing, trying to go over, you know, what that feels like, what a good swing feels like. But in terms of day to day, I mean, I get up, this off season, me and my wife were in Dallas. That's where we started off this off season. And I would get up at 6 a.m. and travel 45 minutes to go work out with guys who I thought would push me this off season. We would start around 8 and we'd get done around 1.
Were they better than you?
I think talent-wise, they were as good or better.
Yeah. So you wouldn't, because I ain't got a call from you to hit. You know? And I don't take offense to it, but I think that's a principle. Like if you want to be better, you really have to watch who you spend a lot of your time with and who you work out with, basically.
Right.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
And that was, I mean, honestly, that was the purpose of me going to Dallas.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to surround myself with guys who I thought could make me better.
Earlier you said you were from Camden.
Yeah.
So your family's in Camden.
My family's in Camden.
Your wife, who is my sister, is in Columbia.
Right.
So you went away from family.
Yeah, I had to.
So you had, but you still love them.
Yeah.
But you
Yep.
It's somebody listening. It's coming plain.
And
they process. They process.
I mean, this is like anything, man. Like for instance, like if you want to better your education, you don't stay at home. You go to college.
Yeah.
You go to a university or you go to a trade school. I mean, the same thing applies. And for me, I didn't want to. In order for me to stay in the game, I had to better myself and better my game.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. Like I wanted to be around people who could push me not only physically but mentally.
Yeah.
People who have the same goals as me, people who think like me, you know, and that's how you get better. I think that's honestly how you grow. Because I mean, you can't grow doing the same thing over and over, being around the same people, and not, you know, taking in new knowledge.
So you have to put yourself in an environment to cultivate them gifts.
Yes, cultivate. That's the word.
Yeah. Third World started earlier. Well, we started doing some kind of Third World productions earlier in 2019, and we did those all throughout the year. And it started off like in my cabin, like in my house, and then we pushed it out. Like we had bigger productions, like in public spaces. And one thing about Third World that I want people to, the message behind Third World is getting people to see the value inside of them. So like, what advice would you give people that don't think that their gift can be monetized, or they can make money from their gifts, or that they're even gifted? What advice would you give that person?
I think for everyone, they've had or have something that they think of that's bigger than them. And it pertains to the gifts that they have. I think, like for instance, with my gift was baseball, but I've always dreamed of giving back to kids. You know, I've always dreamed of empowering kids, and ultimately, you know, I'm not where I want to go, but I think you have to walk in your gifts first and foremost. And sometimes it's scary, you know, but I think that's the thing that makes it worthwhile, because I'm gonna speak from a Christian perspective. The devil wants to steal your dream and your vision away from you, because your vision and your dream is bigger than yourself. So God ultimately gives you gifts. He gives you talents in order to bring him glory. So you can reproduce. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times, like, the devil will like keep you from walking in your gifts so you can't impact other people. Because like we was talking about earlier, your gift is not necessarily for yourself. Your gift should be used to edify the body, to edify others, to serve others. So ultimately, your gift is not for yourself, it's to edify other people.
Bring value.
And so, man, like I just think you should take that leap of faith, and that's where I was going earlier about cultivate. I think, me personally, for me to walk in my gifts and to walk in my calling, I have to be connected. When I say connected, I have to walk with Christ, because a lot of times it's gonna be certain situations and certain things that come up against you that you can't overcome by yourself. There's gonna be places where you can't get into, or you can't make certain situations that you can't make happen for yourself that God can make happen. And so sometimes it's a matter of being connected to Christ, you know what I'm saying? Because he's like, we talk about Third World and being unique. God created us, you know what I'm saying? He's the master artist. And so if God created us, if you want to know who you are, you have to know who he is, because he created you. You know what I'm saying? He's the artist, you know? And so ultimately, he knows your worth. And if you want to know your worth, if you want to know who you are, I think you can find out who you are inside of him by getting to know Christ.
That's good. That's real good. You just hearing you talk, I hear, because a lot of people would think that since you made it with baseball, or you're on the, you know what I mean, you're almost there. That would be the only thing that you do. But I see in a lot of successful people that are successful in their in whatever they do, I see that they do that and they do other things, you know? So I really respect how, yeah, you're a professional baseball player, but you also have JD321, you know, but you're also doing other things.
Right.
So that's man.
And I mean, on top of that too, I think this is something too for me. Cause like I said earlier, man, like this is big, this is huge. This is part of my goal, my vision, my dream, to see others, you know, edified through different avenues. You know, being connected to you, bro, is like, it's a blessing, man. And I wanna be able to pour into you, you know what I'm saying? Because I pour into you, I mean, I'm gonna be edified, man. You know, the whole body will be edified. And I think we all should think like that, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's big.
not only am I a professional baseball player, not only do I have a JD321 foundation, but you know, I'm connected to third world. You know?
Brand ambassador.
Yeah, I'm a brand ambassador.
So I appreciate you, man, coming on, and man, good luck with everything that you have going.
Appreciate it, man.
I wish you success.